Hello and welcome to our interview, How We Practice Hatha Yoga. I'm Phoenix. Hi, Sophian. Welcome.
Phoenix.
Thank you very much for coming here and spending your time with us. And would you like to share a bit about yourself, who you are?
Sure. So I'm coordinating now the online yoga academy from the Atman Federation since some years. And I'm teaching yoga since 15 years and started my own practice like 16 years ago, first from books. But then I found this school and I started the course, the yoga course.
Would you like immediately share even more about what Hatha Yoga is?
Yeah, sure. So Hatha Yoga, like the term says, it's the Ha and the Ta, the solar, the lunar, the masculine, the feminine, yang and yin principle. And Hatha Yoga, it's actually about balancing these principles. You know, nowadays the asanas from the Hatha Yoga system, they were kind of limited to just the effects in the body. Yeah, we practice them to stretch our body, to strengthen it, and it's mostly around that. But this we could also just call aerobics or gymnastics as it was before. We wouldn't need to use the term yoga for it. But Hatha Yoga in its traditional sense is made to balance our being, not only to stretch our body. And this balance, of course, it's not about the physical balance to stand straight. It's about an energetic balance. And it's about the whole life experience becoming much less stressed and unbalanced and having diseases, but being much more balanced, calm, centered, and healthy. So all these are effects that come automatically if we practice Hatha Yoga correctly, like it was done 1,000, 2,000 years ago with its initial purpose.
So you shared with us about Hatha and in the essence how they are energies.
Yeah.
Can you share with us more how does it work with the energies in our body? And also what does the chakra system has to do with that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the term chakra nowadays everybody heard at least once. But usually the chakras are considered energy wheels. So you need to imagine you're not only having this body from flesh and blood, you also have what some clairvoyants can see as your aura. Yes, you have a radiation around your physical body, which is indicating your energetic body, we could say it. Like the meridian system from traditional Chinese medicine, it also addresses this. You cannot pull meridians out of your body. They are energy lines. And the same is like with the nadis, as they call it in Sanskrit in the Hindu tradition, is the energy channels. So like you have blood vessels throughout your physical body, you have this energy channels throughout your energetic body. And you can feel that more and more when you practice, especially, you can feel more and more this how the energies flow. So you have energies, prana energies, flowing in your energetic body. And then it's also good to be aware that we live on a planet which is in the whole universe, flying through the space. And the planet itself, it radiates energies, a certain form. We could call them telluric energies. They're always coming out of Earth, and because we stand on it or sit on it, it's practically for us coming from down up. And then we have other energies coming all the time from the macrocosm, from the universe, down onto the planet, which we could call macrocosmic energies or just cosmic energies. So we're living in an energy field, in a mixture of electromagnetic things. We are ourselves energetic beings. We are vibrating. Now, quantum science nowadays proves it's everything vibration, right? Nothing is really solid. So you need to see yourself more as a vibrating being, so to speak, being existing in an ocean of energies. You think you sit in a room, but everything is vibrating. If you go down to the atomic level, it becomes very obvious. And so the chakras are also on that energetic layer. They're also centers of consciousness. It's a whole concept behind this. You can become aware with what qualities and tasks, so to speak, each chakra and life areas, the chakras are connected. And with the Hatha Yoga exercises, you can address all of that. So if you put your body in a certain position, first of all, you will amplify and balance a certain chakra. Second of all, you will awaken all the qualities which are connected to the chakra. And then you have the physical effects, of course, flexibilization, strengthening. Yeah. So Hatha Yoga covers all these phenomena. And this energetics, you can, as I said, in time feel more and more. If you practice Hatha Yoga every day, you will feel, and if you know also how the energies flow, you will feel them. Like, wow. And then you feel very different after a session. You are like completely recharged, like you just plugged yourself for 1.5 hours into a recharging station. And this recharging is not only coming from muscles, being happy about being stretched. This recharging comes from the whole energetic structure that was rebalanced, realigned, and recharged.
You were talking about the nadis and how the energy flows through the body. I remember when I started practicing Hatha Yoga, I didn't feel much. I felt one practice helped me very much in improving that were the warm-ups.
Yeah.
And could you share more, like what are they and why are they important?
I mean, the name is a little bit, sounds like warm-up, and nowadays we have the tendency to skip every preparation because it's like, okay, voluntary stuff. But the warm-ups here in yoga are very, very important because they not only prepare the body, but they also prepare the energetic body. And some of the asanas and techniques that we learn, they're quite intense. And if we don't prepare them warm up, like you need to warm up a muscle to not hurt the muscle. Yeah, if you stretch it too much, a cold muscle is not so happy to be used.
Yeah.
And it's similar with the energetic body. A clogged nadi is not so happy to receive much more energies that usually is flowing through it. So this set of 6 warm-up exercises, they have the aim to prepare the body, but also especially the energetic structure for the following asanas. So they're essential, and even you can see them as exercises in themselves. Even if you would just do these 6 warming up exercises, your life and your health will improve already tremendously. It's like they're little miracles, even if they have the name warm-up exercises.
I know there's also another important part about how we practice Hatha Yoga is to, in the end, fully relax. And can you share with us why is that important and what's the difference between a relaxation, let's say an afternoon nap?
Yeah, there's a huge difference. I mean, just lying on the floor, closing your eyes and being silent or even sleeping, it is also relaxing. But if you add awareness to your relaxation, the effects and efficiency become much, much more. So when you move with your consciousness through the body parts, when you are really aware of the muscles while you move along, it's like the muscle is even happy, like, consciousness. It's like, it really feels like this. It sounds funny, but it's really like while you become aware there, it's like the body is just happily surrendering to consciousness and letting go, like, finally, someone is looking after me, now I can relax. It's a little bit feeling like this. So wherever consciousness is present, there happen beneficial things. Things are structured, realigned, ordered, clarified, and the same as in the body. So your muscles really respond to the presence of consciousness by a deep relaxation that if you just passively lie down will not happen. And by the way, this state of relaxation, we are so used to stress that we might think, now I need to do something to relax. Actually, in reality, we are naturally relaxed. So relaxation is our natural state. If you look into nature, nature is always relaxed. There's maybe a few exceptions when a prey is running away from its predator, but otherwise nature is super relaxed. The birds just enjoy their life. But because we are used to so much stress and mental agitation all the time, we think relaxation is something special that we need to achieve. But after all, what we need to do to relax is to actively let go the stress and the thoughts that agitate us, in this way allowing our body to fall back into its natural state of relaxation. So that's quite a switch of perspective. And this is why in the relaxation exercise, it needs an active approach, because you need to take your stress into your hands actively and say, good, I let you go. And then relaxation happens. But consciousness is needed.
And they're perfect already to my next question.
Yeah.
So you're talking about consciousness, and that's also what we use in our Hatha Yoga practice, how we work with awareness and focus.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it already now a bit for the relaxation, but how does it influence also the actual practice itself?
Yeah, it's increasing the efficiency also dramatically, like in the case of relaxation. If you are aware which energy flows happen when you put your body in a certain position, if you are aware which chakra is activated, which qualities are awakened, and you keep your awareness there, then your consciousness itself is contributing, and we could say amplifying the effects 10 times, even 100 times, than if you just think of tomorrow's breakfast or the shopping list or anything else. So if you focus all your awareness, your whole being is aligned to one specific quality or concept or energy or state, then your body contributes through its position, your awareness contributes, your inner imagination contributes, your thoughts flow in that direction, your emotions are aligned, your feelings, everything aligns to that specific thing, and then it's like multiplying the effects, because everybody is joining that effort, and it's like a laser beam. All your being is perfectly aligned to one result, and then it becomes much more effective by adding awareness. And in this course, for example, every asana is also explained what it does. All the subtle energetic effects, the chakra connections, everything. So you get to know it, which helps you to be aware of it. The awareness helps you to experience it, attracts the specific results, which then you can more easily become aware of. And it's like this principle, energy follows consciousness, consciousness follows energy or attention. It's totally valid here, and it's like you become more and more aware, attracting more and more energy is becoming more and more aware. It's a wonderful, self-supporting exchange happening if you add awareness to everything in your life, actually.
Now you shared a lot generally, but I'm a very curious person. So actually would like to know how it affected you personally. For example, we all make mistakes. And what was your biggest mistake in your Hatha Yoga practice, and how could you resolve it in the end?
I would say we should not exaggerate, because the first thing that came to my mind was actually me overdoing it with Padmasana, the lotus posture. When I learned it, it's quite impressive when you can sit in that position. And I enjoyed it a lot, but also I ignored that my knees are not ready yet to sit there longer than just a minute. So I was sitting 10 minutes, something like this, meditating there, and only after a week or something I felt, this pain there, it's not disappearing again, or it's not coming from the knee adapting to the position. It became a constant pain, and then it was too late, and it took a few months to heal afterwards, this overstretching of the tendons. So you need to be very attentive, listen to your body, listen to your teacher, and not overdo it, because asanas, not always you feel it immediately when you're in the position. You can go into a position, body gets used, especially if you do them long, like we do them in our classes. You can go more and more into it, and only after you go out, you feel that you overdid it. So always take it in little steps, and as I always say, find your limit, but not the limit of how much you can do in one moment. No, the limit is, if you do this asana every day 5 minutes, how far can you stretch so after 1 week you feel only better and not accumulate tensions and problems. So if every day you practice and every day a pain gets bigger, obviously you overdo it. If every day you practice and you feel challenged on the limit, but you feel better and better, it's good. So that's a bit the indication I would give for avoiding mistakes.
Another part of our Hatha Yoga practices that we practice the asanas quite long, but generally our practice is very long. And can you share with us, like, why should I, like, what's the difference between practicing only 30 minutes? Why is it good for me to spend 2 hours of my day to practice Hatha Yoga?
I mean, even if you practice less, it already has very beautiful, strong effects. But I can say when I started, and the first time I came to a class, and coming from work being totally exhausted, and then having this 1.5 up to 2 hours of practice sessions, which are part of each single class, it really makes such a difference, exactly in this balancing effect. So you come there exhausted, nearly falling asleep, but then you practice, and then after this time, it's like you're so recharged, you could just continue the next 8-hour workday easily, because these balancing effects are so strong. You really feel like whole again, holistic. It's like a very holistic practice if you do it the correct way in this traditional awareness of energetic elements. And then it's really the whole state in you is calm, relaxed, happy, healthy, joyful, natural, compared to the agitated day-to-day mind, life running around in circles. It's a total difference. And for me, this was so impressive that it was like, is this magic or what? No matter how, in what bad shape I arrive after practicing there in the class with my teacher for 1.5 hours, just putting my body in different positions, and usually I was not even focused in the beginning, and still the effects were already tremendous. Now, if you add the focus and the awareness, you can imagine it's like, and then even half an hour of asanas can already do the same magic for you.
And can you share with us, like, now we would say I watched this interview and I'm like, wow, that sounds really great, but what can actually a student expect from this course?
First of all, since we speak about Hatha Yoga, every class has a session included. So Hatha Yoga is one of the basic foundations, and even if you think, I don't need to do that, I'm just meditating, you will see how much easier your meditations go if you prepare your body. Of course, muscle flexibility doesn't help us with meditation, but this whole energetic results and effects, they help us a lot, because your calmed down and your meditation will go much easier. So we always have this part in the class, and then we always have also theory, which means we learn a lot of knowledge in this course, week after week after week. And it gives you not only learning how life functions, principles of nature, of the universe, about nutrition, about meditation, techniques, the great cosmic powers, which sounds now very abstract, but it's a whole path in itself. So the course is a combination of many, many traditions. It's like a premium selection of many traditions brought into one systematic approach. And this systematic approach is especially nowadays, I would say, very important, because you have so many offers. You can just on YouTube find so many things, and you can patchwork yourself a spiritual life, kind of. But if it doesn't have a red thread, a red line that you walk along, that guides you systematically deeper and deeper, and then you apply it practically, not only in theory, and then your experience, with growing experience, you can apply more advanced techniques, more advanced knowledge. And this becomes a continuous transformational spiral in your life. And then you learn more, deeper things. And it's like, I would say it's a spiritual path. It's more a university of life rather than a yoga course. Because a yoga class I can also do in a fitness center. A yoga course I can also find somewhere, but a truly spiritual path is like rare even nowadays. And here we have one. It's like beautiful to be on it and to pass it on. And I can only invite everyone to give it a try, to join for 1 month and to see, to convince themselves from the quality of the teachings and depth of the practice. It's quite unique, I would say.
I love the term University of Life.
Mm.
And thank you very much for coming here today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
And thank you everyone for listening to our video. And if you're interested, you're very welcome to join our next yoga class. See you there.